Hello and welcome to the cover folding tutorial. This is going to demonstrate how you are going to put your cover on your book. We recently had to shift some things and take the fold that used to occur in our sleeves out, and so I'm going to show you how to put them on if you do not have a fold on one of your covers. This was due to some sizing issues that were outside of our control, had to do with books, to give you the best chance of having your book fit. So here we go. You have your cover, you have your book. The first thing we are going to do is we are going to line up our spine. This is the most important part. So you're going to flip it over and find your spine. This is kind of hard to see. Here we go. But you're gonna want to, you're only worried about the spine, you're not worried about anything else right now. Okay, so by setting it up like this, I'm able to make sure that it's not too low or too high or crooked. It's sitting flat on the table down here. I feel like this is centered, but I can check it without doing any like absolute folding by doing this here. So this feels centered to my eye, great, but we got to make sure the bottom is also centered. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side, holding very tightly to the bottom so that that one, or to the what is now the bottom, the top, so that that stays the same. Now this feels off center. I don't know if you can see that. I think you can. That feels off center. So now you're gonna very lightly. Once you have what you think is proper centering, you're gonna pinch tight in the center of the spine and hold it steady. All right, I feel like this is pretty good. Now, hold on here. This is important that this doesn't move off of this. Lay it flat, all right? And then, feeling like this is how it needs to be, you're just going to make a very gentle, holding this tight, pushing down over here, very gentle fold, okay? Then, we're gonna open it up a little. This is really complicated feeling, but I promise it's not bad. This has tape on it, so it's a little bit harder for me to do. Okay, now we have it on. Let's double check our work before we make anything super, super tight. All right, that still feels good. That still feels good. I'm also at a very strange angle, so I would have a bit more leverage, but I don't. All right, that feels good. We're not gonna mess with this yet. We're gonna holding everything tightly in place, flip it over, pull just slightly. I'm pulling this way. I'm holding onto the book with this finger. I'm pulling away from the book with this one, so it's nice and tight. Not overly tight, but tight. Get it nice and lined up. Keeping weight right here. And then just gently making our fold again. Flipping it over. All right, now we have the book on. It's sitting the way we want. Everything's good. If you would like a crisper fold, now is the time. You take it off, make sure these are all nice and lined up. Press tighter. Crisp fold. Pop it back on. This will tighten it a little bit. I can feel it being a little bit tighter, so that's good if you were timid about pulling tight in the initial part. Same thing, making sure that one side doesn't stick out. Oh, you can't see it on here. Making sure that it doesn't do this. Everything's nice and smooth. Squish, make it tight, and ta-da! All done. I hope this helps. It might take a little practice. You can always try it with just a random piece of paper first, so you get used to holding the paper on if you're worried about messing up your covers right out the gate. So they will come rolled. This one was flat. My suggestion for that is to let them sit for a little bit underneath like something heavy to flatten them out. But honestly, I think it's not that difficult to put them on while they're still slightly rolly, because you're working on the spine first, and the covers will then not get in your way on the table, the flat surface that you use. I have also done it where to visualize better, depending on the spine, I have sat in a chair and tucked the book, once I have the spine lined up, tuck the book between my thighs to make sure that it's right, because I'm looking straight down at it, to make sure it's even on all sides. So that is another way to get it in the right spot. But I figured you would appreciate a table more than my lap. So hope this helps.